Good morning, everybody. This is the last day of 2024. It is December the 31st. I don't know about you all, but this is a year I would like to have a redo on, but unfortunately you can't do that in life. You have to. Stephen and I were talking about that this morning. You can't live in the past. You can't live in the if only. There's the whole could have been, should have been, would have been type of thing, and we can't go there and we can't do that. So we're going to close this year knowing that hopefully 2025 will be a better one. But it has been a dramatic year for us, absolutely dramatic. So it is about 8 o'clock, roughly 8:30 maybe. Well, I guess that's not 8 o'clock. I guess that's 8:30. I can't even get my story right. I do believe that it's 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday. And I just can't get over that tomorrow is New Year's Day. But it is what it is. And Stephen and I are about to embark on something interesting this morning. And I thought that I would take you along for the ride. So, yesterday... we did a lot of errands. We did a lot of running around yesterday, and if you follow our channel, you know that I posted probably 5 videos yesterday of all the errands that we were out and about doing. I like to comment. There was somebody who made a comment, and I really thought it was, did you spill your coffee? Somebody had made in the comment, and I can't recall who it is right now, but somebody had said that they don't like getting out trying to buy tools and supplies because you never get your work done when you're out running around buying tools and supplies. And
I don't even try anymore. If I have to get parts, I don't even get the tarps off. It's like, don't even bother, because, you know, after you go get your parts and everything, especially on short days like they are right now, you just, by the time you start getting to work and get greasy, it's time to clean up and go in.
Well, that's right. With it being dark.
If I had a shop, it'd be a different story. If I had a shop where I could work until 1 o'clock in the morning, I would be doing it. But I don't, so I can't.
Well, that's right. I mean,
I could, but I choose not to.
It gets dark at
those days
4 o'clock.
Past me. When I was in my 20s, 20s and 30s, maybe in my 40s, I'd get out there. It didn't matter if it was dark or not, just get some lights. There's been times that I work even without lights, just to work my field.
Oh, there's some dogs in the road. Oh, yeah, there was like, they had the deer in the headlight look.
They know who we are.
Oh, you thought... You were honking at the dogs to get them out of the road.
Yeah, and they were like, their tongues flopping, and they were going, they know who we are. We're famous.
We're going to be some YouTube dogs. Well, you certainly don't want to run over somebody's dog. Although a couple of years ago, I actually ran over and killed somebody's cat a couple of years ago. It was like 5 years ago, and that was devastating. That was absolutely devastating. I was on my way to church one Sunday morning. Well, I believe it was pre-COVID, because I just remember it was 2020. It was like January or February of 2020. So yeah, right at 5 years ago, somebody's cat pulled right out, not pulled out, jumped out in front of me.
Somebody's cat pulled right out in front of me. And I was like, beep, beep, you better use your blinker.
Somebody's cat walked right out in front, ran right out in front of my car.
They needed to get a ticket, but instead they died.
And I was on a major highway. It was devastating. I heard the kerplunk. I heard the kerplunk.
Kerplunk?
And
that's what happens when a turd hits the water and I'm taking a dump. It goes, kerplunk.
Oh, Steven. Oh, Steven. That's too funny.
Yeah, in fact, I had a few kerplunks this morning.
Well, of course, I did the right thing. I pulled over into their driveway, and I confessed to running over their cat, and I mean, I was just absolutely bawling. I was bawling. I was just crying my head off because I killed somebody's cat, and they were understanding and sympathetic. They knew, obviously, that if I cared enough to stop to let them know that I didn't do it intentionally. But I'll never forget the thud of the cat. And one time,
I was leaving out of Hopkinsville one day, and there was this dually with a flatbed on it pulling a trailer, pulled out in front of me, was getting up to speed, and as soon as we got up to speed, all of a sudden I seen something fall out from underneath the truck, and I looked. I was thinking, what the heck is that? And it was skidding around, going around circles from the speed, you know, and then dropping down to the ground. And then finally it stopped, and the truck and trailer had cleared it at that time, and now it's just in the open, and here was these big, beautiful, pretty blue eyes with this little kitten looking at me, and they're going, "No, don't move!" And he didn't. He looked at me, and I centered him up and went right over the top of him. As soon as I went over the top of him, I looked in the mirror, and he scooted on across the road and shot off into somebody's yard there. And I thought, wow, thank you, Father. It looks like somebody's going to get a new kitten for Christmas.
Yeah, that's amazing that you were able to straddle the cat and not run over it. That's a blessing.
Yeah, especially, I would never forget those big blue eyes.
I've straddled a turtle before. There was a turtle in the middle of the road.
I've straddled a turtle before.
And that doesn't sound right, does it? I'm sorry.
You're a turtle straddler.
That does not sound right. I'm so sorry.
Turtle straddler.
Meaning, y'all know what I mean. I didn't run over the turtle. Y'all know what I mean.
That's criminal.
Okay, you know what I mean. It just didn't sound right. Okay. But I have run over a coyote.
Turtle straddling.
I have killed a coyote before, and I thought it was somebody's dog. And but I was relieved. I got out and realized it was a coyote, and I was thankful.
You relieved yourself on a dog?
I didn't. No, that's not what I said.
Well, that's what it sounded like.
I said I was relieved.
You're a turtle straddler, and you relieved yourself on a dog.
7 hours.
This is what is this, confession time?
Oh my!
I don't know if I like you anymore. You're kind of
I was thankful that it was not somebody's dog. I thought I'd killed somebody's dog, but one time a cardinal committed suicide on my windshield, and that wasn't too long ago. I didn't tell you about that. It broke my heart. A beautiful.
Yeah, one time I had a buck run right out into the interstate, or just run right at me, and I was like, before I could even get my foot off the pedal and onto the brake, all I could say was, "No!" Boom! Built my hood, went up, and caused $8,000 of damage to my hood. So
That was the Camaro.
no, it totaled the Camaro. That was a different story. But anyway, one time I was coming home from the factory. I worked in the factory the first year Richie and I got together. And anyway, I get off at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was coming home listening to Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Just kicked it back. There was always this buck on the side of the road eating grass. And this particular morning, I don't know what he ate over there in the grass. Must have had some wild weed or something. But all of a sudden, he just jumps up, and I look, and I see him coming across the highway up in the air, and he lands, bam, right on the hood. I mean, and as soon as he did, I went up under the steering wheel. I was like, whoa. I was trying to hide from it and take my head off. And so I didn't even pull over. I just went straight to the house. It's only like 3 miles from the house. I went
So we've had our stories, that's for sure. When you live out in the country like we do, you get coyotes, you get deer, you get big bucks, all kinds of things. But it was really tragically broke my heart that a beautiful cardinal just ran right into my windshield and committed suicide on my windshield, and there was nothing I could do about it, and it made me so sad. And then a couple of weeks ago, a squirrel ran out in front of me, and I didn't have time to react, and I flattened the squirrel.
Some squirrels and going slow, man. It's like just going slow, and you think the darn thing would be smart enough to get away, but it ran right in front of my tire. But you can hear the squirrel go plop.
Oh.
Blew his muzzle out. Popped his everything right out of him.
So
Made him into a pancake.
and I did that to a squirrel.
Why would he do that? Why? I mean, don't you see the big machinery? I mean, I'm driving slow, and you're sitting on the side of the road, and you run up under the tire. Or what's up with that?
Well, then there's the endless stories
Sometimes you'll make decisions, and those decisions are your last decision, and that's what it was for him. He made a decision. That was his last decision.
That was his last decision. That's right. And so I've killed squirrels, not intentionally. I've killed birds. One time in a lawnmower, on the riding lawnmower, I ran over some rabbits, baby rabbits, and it was horrible. I have that was just so sad that I actually ran over some baby rabbits. I guess if killing baby rabbits. But now I have intentionally. Now it's
Relieving yourself on a dog. Man, you're just horrible.
But now I have intentionally. I will confess, I have intentionally run over snakes with the riding lawnmower. I have.
Why you do that? I'd catch them and put them out in the field. Snakes are good. Have them around there to catch all the mice.
Well, I know. It was just like, that's right. Certain kinds of snakes are good to have in the country to kill mice and everything. But before we move on to a different topic, I do want to say that one time Stephen accidentally did run over a turtle, and that was the worst.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. I generally do everything I can to keep hitting them, but one time I didn't even see it. I don't know. I must have been looking up in the mirror or something, but I didn't even see it. Lindsay saw it. She's like, "Oh, you're over a turtle!" Like, oh man, I hope it didn't cut my tire.
That was I remember that. I remember that was your immediate reaction, is you hope you didn't cut your tire.
Yeah.
Well, because of the hard shell, of course. But I mean, there's nothing worse than a kerplunk of a turtle under your tire. I mean, that is.
Well, that's the bad thing about hitting animals. I mean, you know, these vehicles today, you hit something and an animal can cause major damage. You know, so it's a losing cause for all parties. So not only the animal just get its last breath, but you've got damage upon damage upon damage, plus you got the memory of all that damage. And so it doesn't work out for anybody. I mean, unless you're just a pure hater and cold heart, whatever. Like, that's 10 points.
And some people do like that. I mean, some people will try to hit an animal and play like a video game type of thing. Well, that's 25 points for hitting a deer or something like that. My dog, my precious dog that I had for 10 years, she was run over at our mailbox is on the main highway. See, we live off the road, and so our mailbox is on the main highway, and so my dog actually got ran over on the main highway next to my mailbox 6 months to the day before my dad died. Shadrach was killed on April the 9th, 10 years ago, 2014. And then my dad died on October the 9th, 2014. So in April of that year, my dog got ran over, and in October of that year, my dad died. So I lost my dog and my dad in the same year.
So most people on the last day of the year do a reunion of their year.
A review.
That's right, a review of their year. And Ruthie's doing a review of her manslaughters.
Of what?
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter, roadkill. Well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and end this video and start another one. But I guess I could call this video roadkill or manslaughter. Not manslaughter.
I relieved myself on a dog. That's what she said.
So this has been a very spontaneous video. It's not what I meant for it to be.
Turtle.
Straddling a turtle and
Relieving yourself on a dog.
no, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
That is not what I said. I was relieved that the coyote was not a dog. So we're already 16 minutes deep into this one, so I'm going to actually end this one and start another video with what I really wanted to talk about. This was just a spontaneous ramble of 16 minutes of roadkill.
That's you. That's Rambler.
16 minutes of talking about roadkill.
Rumbling, bumbling, rambling, Ruthie.
Well, it's been a spontaneous video. This is not the video that I thought it was going to be. It's not. I had no idea that we were going to talk about roadkill for 16 minutes. But, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye in this one, and we're going to start another topic. So, I'm Bumbles.
I don't know why they got to slow down to 2 miles an hour.
That's your cue. I'm Bumbles.
Hey, I'm Big Billy.
And together we are
They are Big Billy Bubbles.
Big Belly Bumbles. Happy New Year to you all. Sorry about the ramble of all the roadkill.
Yeah.